Right now I'm wondering, was this a good idea to put this on live? But we'll see. Hopefully, when I think positive. Trying to do the mouth. And this part goes a little bit further down. And then this is supposed to be like his little wrinkle, a little bit. Well, I call it a wrinkle, but it's not exactly a wrinkle. Just more the way his face is shaped. No offense, Homer. Okay, so his nose is about right there. And then this eye should be a little bit bigger, I think. Try to relax my arms because I hope I'm not talking too low. And I probably am, but y'all forgive me. Work with me. A little bit nervous. But I'm like, okay, try not to be nervous. Try to relax your body. I think that mouth should be a little bit bigger. And this head part should curve out a little more. Right. I think this part should probably drop down like a lot further. So you can put those donuts in his mouth. I love Homer. I always try to figure out who's my favorite character in The Simpsons. I don't know. I'm not sure. Who's your favorite character? If you want to, drop it in the comments below. Okay, this part shouldn't be quite so rounded. It should be a little bit more straight. And a little curve right there for a little happy face. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. And then we're gonna draw little eyes. And those eyes are both gonna be looking this way. So let's say the eyes are gonna be looking at this little dot right here, which I don't know if y'all can see that. It's actually not a dot, it's just some of the eraser. But trying to kind of figure out exactly where the eye should be. So, let's see. We don't want one to be bigger than the other. Try to make it about the same. And then I'm gonna give him some hair. Gonna do it at the very top of his head. And another little piece of hair right there. It's coming along. It's not exactly the way I want it to look, but not done yet. I'm gonna keep working on it. Do any of you all have a favorite Simpsons episode? If you do, leave it in the comments. I was trying to think of my favorite Simpsons episode. I really like the twins, Marge's sisters. They're so funny. It's the episode where Homer has used up the family's money and he has to ask his sister-in-laws for money, and he's trying to keep it from Marge. I love that one. That one's quite funny. Okay, let's see. His eyes right here. His nose would be about, I mean, not nose, ear would be about right here. And let's draw it out a little bit more. Oh, that's pretty good. And his hair, like so. Then let's give him a little shirt to put on. That way we'll know kind of where it's gonna fall. Erase that part a little bit. Get a little bit more detail on the ear. There's a little bit more detail, not too much. There's always that thin line between messing it up and making it look good. But the Simpsons are like my absolute favorite. Because they've been around, let's see, 30 years now, over 30 years. I wonder if I should make the nose any longer. I think that looks good. Maybe I ought to make this part his mouth stick out a little bit more. But not quite so pointy. Yeah. And let me sign my name. Go ahead and sign it. But don't worry, I'm gonna actually color it in also. Creative self therapy. Okay. So I'm using, let me reach around this way. Ohuhu Markers. Probably not saying it correctly, but these markers right here. So let me find a nice yellow, another yellow of like different, oh, I'm sorry, I hit the stand. Different shades. That's the word I'm looking for. Different shades. I'm gonna leave in the description the ones, this particular one that I use, because I really like the these markers because it's like double-sided. It has the fine side and then it has the broad side on one end. So I really like these markers. So I'll leave it in the comments and the description afterwards. And this notepad is also from same company. And I really like it because it doesn't easily bleed through. Let me see, which color should I use? Homer, let's see. I'm gonna start with, let's see, this shade. That's a little dark, but it would be a good shade to make like accents and details and stuff. That looks a little orange. I should be trying this on a different one. Oh well. What we're gonna have to do is kind of shade it in. And a wonderful thing about Ohuhu, I apologize if I'm saying it incorrectly. If anyone knows how to say it correctly, please feel free to leave it in the comments of how to say it. Okay, this is a little blender, colorless blender. So I'm gonna like blend these two in. Blend these colors in. And see what I mean? It's like it's very smooth. Very smooth. When it comes to these markers, they blend well with each other. And that's what makes your art piece really pop and look real and amazing. Now, if I can just color it in such a way that I don't accidentally cover his eyes, because that would be kind of messed up, you know? Yeah, it would be. So let's stop talking for a second here. Try to focus around here. His little nose. what I'm gonna do is, because this has a little bit of the this little trick. You ever make a little bit of mistake, which what I should have done is actually tried it on another sheet of paper, but oh well. That won't be any fun now, would it? And I'm gonna try blending this in. Let's see. That was the fine side. This is the, what do they call that? Broad side. Sorry that the camera's shaking a little bit. I'm actually using my phone at the moment for this. And I'm trying to look at the same time to see how it's coming, how it's looking. Oh, that's right. This is just the blender part. And let's add some more yellow to it. We can just keep adding. Oh yeah, the trick I was saying is, if you mess up with colored markers, especially like these markers, what you do is make it look like you meant for it to be that color, you know? Yeah. Little tip. And as you can tell, I'm like a really heavy drawer. I really need to work on being lighter with my pencil drawings, but I don't know. I guess it's just some people just draw a little harder and press down a little harder, and some people don't. And I'm one of those people that press down a little bit too hard. But it's okay. And then we got to get a color for his mouth. And we're gonna actually test this on another piece of paper because, you know, live and learn. I think that's a little too brownish. Let's see, this is warm gray. That might be closer to his actual coloring. And let's see, if I put the two together, let's see how that would look. And then blend it. See how good, see that? Oh, I mean, the way that blends in, because at first it's like, no. But that really looks cool. Love this blender. It's called, let's see. It's called Colorless Blender. It comes in this pack of, I don't know how many is in here, but it's like a bunch of them. And this isn't the largest one. But yeah, it comes with a lot of colors. I don't know. I think for right now, what I'm gonna do is use the gray, which is called Warm Gray, for his mouth. I wish I could imitate his voice. That would really be cool. But I'm not even gonna try it. And then I'm gonna draw around and highlight the areas. Use my black marker. I think the fine tip would be the best to have more control over it. And even right now, I'm noticing that I'm pressing down pretty hard. But it's kind of like I need to, one thing I'm working on is learning how to kind of just relax and draw instead of tightening my arm or whatever when I do draw. You know, just let it happen. It's not going to be the end of the world if it doesn't come out exactly right, you know. Yes, it will be the end of the world. No, I'm just kidding. But it will not be the end of the world. Oops. And see, since I made a little error right there, I'm going to actually use that error to make it look a little bit more three-dimensional. The blender to the rescue. Where is it? Yeah, this one. You see how smooth that is? I love that. And it looks like you actually meant for that to happen like that. Okay. Go back to our black one. That's the fine tip. I'm trying to make it an actual circle. And since I did a little bit too much right there, I'm going to add a little bit too much here so it just looks more like his eyes are popping out a little bit more. Like I said, I've never tried drawing him before, so let's face it, mistakes are going to happen. But you must learn from your mistakes and learn also how to cover them up as an artist when you're using markers. It's here. And then I'm going to draw his kind of like a little work top. It is a worktop. And I'm gonna erase a little bit of this part in here, so it'll show up more white. Because it's supposed to be a white shirt. And then I'm gonna add some yellow. And this was the darker yellow. So what we're gonna do is just go in and add some highlights like so. And don't forget the little nose. And down here as well. Then we're gonna use our wonderful blender to make it look even better. And we want to make sure we kind of keep it even, like the motion even, so that it doesn't start looking crazy when you put the different shades together, because that can easily happen too. See, go in like this. Careful not to touch the black part, or else it'll make this part a little bit more prominent. And where's the black marker? I want to correct this part a little bit. Should use this side. And you see what I did again? This part's a little bit darker than it, well, I put a little bit too much black on this part. So to counteract that and make it look balanced, I added a little bit more black there, along with a little bit more black here. And that way it also gets, it adds to a three-dimensional look. Yeah. So I think I'm going to end it right here. I hope you all enjoyed this. Please let me know in the comments. Yeah. Oh, I see there's somebody online. Okay. Okay, the person left. Anyway, whoever it was, thank you for joining. Okay, I'm going to end it as soon as I can figure out how to end it. Ooh, I just saw that you can do like a bunch of filters on it too. Cool. No filter. Maybe beamers. I do like the blush, but just not for this exactly, but I like the beam. Yeah, okay, but anyway, I'm gonna end it here. See y'all later. Bye.